Hello everyone! It's been a really long time, well, since my birthday, since I did one of the videos. I actually ended up getting kind of ill, not with COVID. Every once in a while I have like my ear gets irritated and then it gets infected, and I'm not even sure why that happens. It just does. Um, and usually I just get over it in a couple of days, but this time it got really bad, and it went like all in my neck, my jaw. When I put my teeth together, my teeth didn't meet in the back. Like it was kind of a nightmare. So, okay, I don't want to really talk about the pandemic because everybody's done talking about the pandemic, but I will say that it was, so I'm going to talk about me instead. It was a little bit disconcerting to sit there and say, okay, I can't go to the doctor because I can't expose myself, because that means that I would expose Miss Marie. So how can I just suck it up and get over it? And that, I mean, honestly, it kind of gave me an idea of, what happens if if you have to just rely on yourself for medical care, which makes you a lot more careful with being careful. Like you're a lot more careful to drink your fluids, your water, to take your vitamins, to get your sleep, to eat better, when you realize that you have to maintain a level of health. You can't just laissez-faire it, and I didn't realize that it would do that. So one night was actually astoundingly uncomfortable for me. I know that there was a spiritual attack involved with the physical attack, and it was, well, anyway, I'm trying to figure out, what do I even say, like, how do I even explain it, and I don't think I can adequately, so we'll just move on. Let's see, so today is Monday, and so I'm finally getting to the point where I'm feeling, well, yesterday I felt like I had a lot more energy, and today I'm feeling like I had a lot more energy. By the end of the day yesterday, I could feel like this was starting to get irritated again, and it's still a little irritated. I'm still working with what I have in the RV. But today I cleaned. Monday is my clean day. So I cleaned the RV, and I have to tell you, for all of y'all who know how horrible I am at being a housekeeper, it's a lot easier to clean an RV. It takes like 15 minutes. And I mean, that's mopping and scrubbing the bathroom and everything. Like, oh, well, that was easy. So there's a benefit to being in the RV. I got a phone call yesterday from my brother and sister-in-law, and I can't even tell you what that meant to me. They were so sweet. Actually, my sister-in-law asked my brother, well, when was the last time you talked to your sister? And he said, well, on her birthday, which was true. It was fabulous to hear from him then too. And she's like, well, we need to call her. And so they did, and we talked for a really long time, and I just love it. They're so fabulous, and they're two extroverts. And so I think that they were really feeling compassion for me being in the RV by myself. And I love that compassion. I am so thankful for it. It was touching and sweet and wonderful. So we had a fabulous talk, and funny laugh. It was good. And let's see what else. So I am, I've talked about this before. I'm trying to optimize my time in the RV. If I have to be here, I might as well be doing something. Now, I saw something on Facebook. Okay, so this is talking about the pandemic, but it's not talking about the pandemic. It's talking about us and our fabulousness. I saw something on Facebook. Some people are like, oh, take this time to write a book or to make an invention or blah, blah, blah. And then somebody else posted, you don't have to make this a thing. You can just be miserable. Kind of is. I mean, what it was trying to do is be thoughtful of the fact that people are struggling, and I love that. And I agree that there is a point that you have to have those days where you have adjustment reactions. I talked about this in a video earlier. There are days where it sucks. Where you're just so tired and you're kind of hating everything that's going on, and there's a lot of anxiety and stuff. But let me offer that while that there's a time for that curl up in a blanket and suck your thumb and like just do the thing, which I've done. I've had my times here with that. But if you, that's a place to visit, not a place to stay. You go, you visit, you see the sights of a warm blanket and a cup of hot tea and something binge watchy, but then your mental health will improve if you don't stay there. If you stay there, you just keep rebreathing the same spiritual air. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you don't move around, if you don't find a goal, if you don't find something to distract yourself that is useful, then you'll just sit there and the anxiety will build on itself. I promise you it will build on itself. It won't just abate. You will sit there and become more and more miserable, and the thoughts will rattle around in your head. And if all that you're getting is whatever, pandemic news you're seeing, all the commercials and all the stuff on Facebook and all the, whatever, it's gonna wear you thin. So I would really recommend that you use this time. You're not going to want to, some of us are like, woohoo, not woohoo that there's a pandemic, but woohoo, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all the time. I have time. What am I going to do? But for those of us who are having trouble getting out of first gear, let me recommend you just do. Like, even if you have to drive for 8 miles in first gear, you're 8 miles farther down the road. Does that make sense? So even if you're like, oh, I don't feel like it, I just want to curl up in a ball and I'm so miserable and I would just want to eat and I just want to blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me offer that that's going to bite you badly on so many levels. This is going to end. This is totally going to end. This is not the end of the world as we know it. This is just a thing, and yes, there are some scary parts, and yes, we have to make some changes, but we can make good changes or we can make bad changes. And what we do now in the moment of see, okay, so when everything is good, it's easy to make changes. When everything is bad, it's vital to make changes. Does that make sense? Like when everything is bad, that's when diligence in sleep, good sleep, eating, drinking, exercise, stimulate your spirit, stimulate your mind, focus on the Lord, focus on people. That's going to save you. That's going to make you feel better. I promise. At the end of the day, if you're you can be miserable and curled up on the couch and be as miserable at the end of the day as you were at the beginning, or even if you're still miserable, at least you baked a cake, or at least your house is clean. At least you have something to show for it. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how much that is key. So what am I doing? So I have on the Reformed Theological Seminary app. Now I'm not necessarily a Calvinist. I'm not necessarily a Reformer. There's some things, yes, that I agree with. Some of them I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more data on that one. But their classes that are on there are amazing. Their sermons are amazing. The Lord is using them to teach me so much. So right now I'm going through apologetics because I am fairly good at talking about what the Bible says, but not so much good when I have to, when somebody, I'm better at teaching or instructing or understanding or walking with, even if I don't know myself, walking with a fellow Christian during, I'm like, oh, I know where to find that. Let's read it and do it. Versus somebody who is not a Christian, and having to kind of respectfully, very respectfully, the Bible says respectfully and humbly, go kind of head to head. And so I'm really appreciating this class. And and then the exercise. So those are my, the spirit and the body are the two things that I'm focused on, because the focusing on the spiritual is also working my mind, and focusing on the body and the spirit is fixing my emotions. So, or regulating my emotions so that they stay nice and even. So between the two, I've got the four covered. I would love for y'all to join me in this. I would love to hear what you're doing, even if it's not exercise, even if it's like, I've decided to take up, I don't know, untangling my Christmas lights, which I'm saying because I have all my Christmas lights right here. You see them? Like, Christmas lights for days. I love these. Hey, I love it. Let me see a video or a post or a picture of you untangling your Christmas lights. Like anything, just pick anything useful. It will help. Let's see what else is going on that I have to say of note. Okay, so okay, you guys can bug me about this. I keep on forgetting. I don't know if you can see that. Biceps. Okay, so I literally have a weight right here. Okay, and I keep forgetting to use it, and I really need to use it. Actually, I have two weights, and I put one on top of my desk. And then I wrote my tag, because I can't, like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, garbage, I forgot to do my bicep curls. And those are like the muscles that I wanted, like, those are the ones I wanted, like guns, which will not happen if I don't remember. Like, I remember, okay, I need to go rec, or okay, I need to go jog, I need to go do something, but I forget that because it takes so, because I'm so weak, well, not like so weak, but relatively. Basically, I'm not going to be curling iron for an hour. It only takes a few minutes to get some reps done. And so, because it just takes a few minutes, I kind of pass it off. And then I'm like, oh, I totally should have done that today, and I forgot. All these days that I've missed doing my curls, like I could be swole now if I had been doing it from the beginning. Yes, I'm gonna look fabulous. I'm looking forward to that. We have to have something to look forward to. This is going to end. And what will we have? What will we be like, oh, this is the sabbatical. This is just the break. This is just the time. This is the space to do some really wonderful things within yourself and within your family and within your sphere of influence. I'm trying to think if there's anything else new and exciting that I could say, because I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk to you about when I got here, and now I can't remember what it was. I told you about my ear. I told you, yeah, don't know. I literally don't know. So I'm going to end this one and maybe make myself a note for the next one. I have missed y'all. I am sorry for being late. I mean, I'm sure you guys were like sitting here checking your phones like, do I have an alert? Did she post? Because I'm waiting for an alert. Her posting. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what was going on with everybody. But, for those of y'all who are like, yeah, I'm stuck in the house. Nah, might as well see what sort of nonsense she's spouting today. I got it for you. I set it up for you. Here you go. Here's my nonsense. Welcome to my brain. So anyway, love y'all. I hope you have a fabulous day. And let me know if there's anything you want to chat about. Let me know if there's anything fabulous you're doing. I am excited to hear from you, about you. So, love you. Don't forget to say your prayers. Be very careful, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.